That's so funny. This is part 2 of my out of alignment video because I flicked um, the record button. So apologies there, but this is part 2 of my alignment video. So if you're watching the previous one, you're right in the right place to get in the second one. So basically, what I was trying to say in my previous video was that when the universe is, giving that brick wall after brick wall after brick wall after brick wall, that's the universe's way of saying you are out of alignment. You are out of alignment. Somewhere at some point you got out of alignment with an out of balance chakra. Okay, so for me it was like that root chakra, that separation from my mother wound that turned into a sacral wound and a solar plexus wound, because as I began to make decisions in life to avoid hurting, bumping that thorn or bumping that trauma, I created blockages in my whole system, blocking the flow of energy coming through. And so it's only when we feel into those wounds, feel into those traumas and emotions, and allow them to come up and out to be released and felt and released, that we actually are doing the shadow work that clears our vessel, our battery, and allows that source energy to flow seamlessly. So this has been quite a long, I know this has been a short video, but combined with the previous one, it's been quite a long video on being out of alignment. But basically, you can be out of alignment when you're putting things into your body that are going to create blockages, toxins, chemicals, anything that's not organic or made in the sunshine, especially dense foods like, I hate to say it, but like meats that, where that animal is in fear and horrible conditions prior to their exit from this world. It's like that is the densest thing you could possibly eat. And then combine that with like steroids and hormones and antibiotics and God knows what else. It's just, you're not going to feel good after eating that. Now, ethically, humanely raised, grass-fed, out in the sunshine, roaming, free range, though you're going to do a little better with those. Some people prefer to be vegan, vegetarian, fruitarian, whatever it might be. You're going to know what works best for your body, and everyone has free will to decide what works best for them. But don't let it be because someone else told you this or that or so and so. Let it be because your inner guidance, your intuition, your body says that it's what's best for you. Not your ego trying to make, sense or align with somebody else, or like, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove, and to whom? So just make the decisions in life that are in alignment for you. If any of you are triggered right now because I'm saying like grass-fed beef is okay, and like I personally don't eat meat except for fish because it doesn't align for me. I don't want to hurt animals. I don't want to hurt another living being. I'm like that person that takes flies from the house in a cup and like puts them outside just because I don't feel good about it. I don't really feel good about the fish either. But when it's wild, I feel like at least they lived a free and sovereign life, and they hopefully were humanely caught. And I feel like it is part of my local ecosystem to be eating salmon in particular. Like, I'm from the west coast of British Columbia. It is part of the staple indigenous food source here. Like, it seems natural to me and my body, and I feel like I need it. My body needs it. That feels in alignment for me. And so all I'm saying is that anytime we are avoiding emotions and energies that are coming up to be felt and to be healed, we are out of alignment. Because when we're in alignment, energy flows, and that energy is not necessarily always good energy either. But when it's bad, it's because it's hitting density somewhere in our body that needs to come up and out to be released. So it's not, I'm trying to find the best way to describe it, but basically stay aligned, stick with your intuition, be cognizant of what you're putting in your body, be cognizant of when you're trying to control things that are out of your control too. That's another thing. It's like if you're finding your life force is being sucked out of you by trying to control the situation, there's your first sign. If you feel like you're hitting your head against that brick wall, there's your sign. You're not in the flow. You're not in the flow. The flow may not be what you want to do in that moment, but if it's the path of like least energetic resistance, if it's a path of like surrender and open heart and love, then that's always going to be the right path. The open heart, the love is always going to be the right path. You actually can't go wrong if you're in a place, in a feeling of love. You can't. It's actually impossible because love is your alignment with source. That open heart expansion in your chest feeling, that like blossoming lotus flower that just brings tingles and makes you feel in love and love of your family and your friends and nature. And it's like a sacred blooming feeling right here. When you are in that feeling, you can't take a wrong action. You can't make a wrong decision if you're acting from that place. So just be really cognizant of when you're out of that place, when you're stressed, when your nervous system is buzzing up here, you're out of alignment. You're interrupting the flow somewhere. What have you eaten? Have you moved your body lately? Who have you surrounded yourself with too? Because they could be pulling you into your ego or bringing the ego out of you. Are you being triggered? If so, where's that trigger coming from? What's the thorn that you're trying to protect? Go back, visit it, get yourself back in the flow, get yourself back into alignment. This was a bit of a rambly one, albeit over 2 videos. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope to expand on this topic a little more, but if you can do one thing tonight, just follow that higher guidance, follow the peace, follow the love, follow your intuition and your body, listen to your body. And don't try and force anything. Don't try and resist anything. Don't try and fix anything. Don't try and make anything happen. Just be in that place of love and it will all happen perfectly for you. Namaste and have a lovely evening.